What's up, everybody? It's the one, the only Double T for the Bump Monkey Mafia. I am one of the original members, the only original member left standing. And as promised, you are getting a Labor Day special edition podcast. As I said, breaking Bump Monkey history here today. This is going to be the last time that I will soothe your ear holes. Wait, something's off, and I just can't seem to put my finger on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bump Monkey Mafia. It's the Godfather, Frankie V. Here with my co-host, my brother, my consigliere, my partner in crime, Double T.
So wait, the PICs are back together?
Reunited and it feels so good.
So what you're saying is, work.
I work 2 jobs.
That's right, folks. This podcast is going nowhere. I said it would be my last solo podcast.
Solo.
So therefore, I am no liar.
What about half-truths?
Half truth, full truth, plead the fifth, whatever floats your boat,
Plead the
and
fifth.
finds the lost remote, Frankie B. What have you been up to these past 5 years?
Has it been that long?
2018.
23. Roughly 5 years.
5 long years.
It has been 5 long years. I've been up to a lot. I've been working, and a little bit more working.
I know you. For like 2 years, I sent you a text message like every day and you didn't respond. 2 years.
I did respond.
Like 3 years later.
That's still a response.
Like 3 years later. I could have been like on the side of the road needing help, and you're like, oh, it's just Double T. He'll figure it out.
He'll be good. No, man, it has been an incredible 5 years to say the least. Working. Still at the doctor's office. I don't think that's going anywhere anytime soon. Still doing the youth pastoring for the Children's of America. But one thing that does not ever seem to go away is professional wrestling. I still love it. I still watch it. And it is actually faith and wrestling that kind of brought this back together.
Faith in wrestling. That should be on a shirt.
We can do it.
I'm sure it's copyrighted somewhere, but it's all good. You heard it here first. Faith in Wrestling by the Bump Monkey Mafia.
Oh, yeah. So, youth pastoring here in Newcastle, Oklahoma. And some of my students are in theater. It's a local theater in Tuttle. And they're like, hey, you got to try out for this musical of all things. So I said, yeah, because it allows me to build relationships with those students. It allows me just to hang out with them a little bit more. So I went, and like after our first rehearsal, the director says, hey, we're going to have professional wrestling in here tomorrow. And I was like, what? Say less. Who? Wow. How? When? Where? All the details. And she said, I ran into this guy named Drake. He lives here in Bridge Creek. And I was like, oh, I know that guy.
I know that feller.
So, that's pretty much it. They came in and did a show. I was out front as Tim drove by. He almost wrecked.
Yeah, so I'm driving down the street, and I know I sent Frankie this, but we had Mr. Eugene here a couple months ago, and he was standing in the corner, and I took a picture and I sent it to everybody. He looked exactly like Frankie. I just thought it was funny. He had the headband on. It was great time. But I'm driving, and my wife is with me, and we're in our brand new car. And all of a sudden, I just slam on the brakes, going down the street.
In the middle of 4th Street.
And he was like, what are you doing? Like, that's Frankie. She's like, no, it's not. That's Frankie. We have a nickname for Frankie in my household. It's called Flaky Frankie. She's like, that is not Flaky Frankie, quit getting your hopes up. I'm like, I'm telling you, that's Frankie. Pull into the parking lot, it's all full. So I just slam it in reverse and go as fast as I can. Pull out. Don't even help get my kid out of the car, my nephews. Nah, run straight to Frankie. It was not a mirage.
It was like that gif of the two monkeys that run to hug each other.
And it was good seeing my old friend.
But we weren't naked. We were clothed.
Well, I mean, it was public.
Well, that's true.
Unless you, well, I'm not going to get into that story. That's another time.
But it was a happy reunion. And one thing led to another. One conversation led to another conversation. And here we are.
We are now back together again. We got the band back together. So all those people out there that were happy to see me go, ha! You got worked.
He said, guess again.
And Double T is going to stay with you like that nasty itch. I'm never going away, baby.
Like the little poop that just will not flush.
I'm not going away.
So, as you can imagine, life is a little bit different for each one of us. Of course, I had kids back then. Tim has kids now.
Well, no, I had.
You did.
I had my two lovely stepdaughters before when we first started. Well, not when we first started, but in the early days of Butt Monkey, I had two older children's, and then I now have a 3-year-old daughter. Or she's going to be 3 in October. That's insane to me.
A couple of, what do we got here?
Yeah, she
a couple of family guys.
Yeah, we're family guys now. Now I can say I rock a dad bod. Before I was just fat. Now I have a dad bod, so it works.
Now you have a reason.
And I'm not gonna say his name, but there's another guy out there that had kids recently. It was a cool moment. He told me, I was the first person he told. And then when my wife texted me, I showed him the picture, was like, is that what I think it is? And he's like, yeah. So I had that. And yes, we did have a baby during COVID times, but we did not have a COVID baby. Oh. There is a difference. So that was a trying time. And I did some soul searching. I'm no longer in the aircraft maintenance field. I was working for the Air Force for a little bit, and then I worked on a Navy plane for a bit, and I worked on Alaska Airlines. And then a year ago in June, actually, I took a position doing some help desk tech support work, and I actually just got a promotion. It went into effect today, was the first pay raise for me. So from here on out, I'm going to be doing a higher tier of what I was doing already. So that's a plus.
Promotion.
A promotion.
So I am also in the process of starting my own company. That's really, I know it's just like a little teaser. That's all I can really say right now. But it does involve probably one of my biggest passions, which is youth. So yeah, we are like moving up in the world.
That is awesome.
So yeah, that's breaking news.
Oh wait, no, that's Sports Center, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, we are the furthest thing from athletes.
I'm athletic. Oh. I'm athletic.
Says who?
My PS5. Catch me on that PGA Tour, Frankie V.
I just downloaded that.
I know.
My character looks raggedy.
Can I just say?
I like how homeless.
I mean, it matches real life, so it's fine.
There you go.
Can I just say that John Cena's in that game as Peacemaker? Have you played with him yet?
No. On his the outfit, PGA Tour?
Yeah, he's on that PGA Tour game. Or at least he is on PS5. Him and Steph Curry.
I'm still on that PS4 life, bro.
So, when I first started playing, I started using John Cena.
Like helmet and all?
No, he doesn't have the helmet on, but his putter's a giant eagle. It's pretty dope. My first eagle was with John Cena on that game.
Come on. With old Eagly?
Yeah, with the old Eagly.
So we love to have fun. When we get together, it's always a good time. But I know you may be asking, hey, what is it like moving forward?
Yes, it's as I said in my video earlier, if you guys took a chance to watch that, if not, spoilers, you guys done lost it anyways. So, like I said, this business, this life is always ever changing. It's not going to be the same thing that it is now. Tomorrow is going to be completely different than it is right now. So, going forward, I will say that we are going to be trying to do more podcasts regularly.
Absolutely.
We are back in the fold, quote unquote. Now, we're not going to be able to do a show every single weekend, 3 shows a weekend, drive all the way to Corpus Christi
Yeah, that's
in one night.
that's out with that family life, bro.
Because both of us got families now. I
And
got
work.
kids.
I got kids to feed.
I got the children's.
No, and I think moving forward, we had talked a little bit. It will still involve professional wrestling, as always. That's the one thing that actually brought us together. So yes, we will still talk about professional wrestling, and I think I haven't discussed this with you, but now's a good time to bring it up as we are sitting here chatting. I still believe in what we set out to do all those years ago, and that is to give a voice to the local wrestlers and give them a platform.
Oh yeah, there's no better way for you to find out about something than hearing two people that, yes, we know more than the average person does when it comes to it, but we're still going to give you honest reviews. We're still going to be telling you like where you need to be and what shows are coming up. And it's going to be the same Bump Monkey Mafia, the same style, but with a new flair.
We're a little bit older, not so much wiser.
Oh, I'm wiser.
Are you sure?
Bro, my truck out there, I only owe like 13,000 on it. Haven't missed a payment yet. Of course I'm wiser.
Ooh, that's just more responsible.
I mean,
Not definitely wiser.
bro, Side note for Double T, you can clap it up. I got accepted to Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology.
What?
And I am going for cybersecurity with an emphasis on incident response.
I would still like to attend South Harmon Institute of Technology. That's a life goal.
Ask me about my winner.
Dude, that's such a classic. Like, I watch it every time it comes on.
I watched it the other day and I was like, this Battle Royale. It never gets old.
But see, this is we're sidetracking.
That's just normal stuff.
It is normal, but guess what? I did find out in the time I've been gone. I actually have the ADDs.
ADDs?
The ADDs. Does that explain a lot?
I could have self-diagnosed that for you.
Well,
Could have
man,
saved you some money.
It's been amazing.
Have an ADD?
No, well, now I know. Like,
oh,
why am I so sidetracked?
So,
like, I had a whole conversation with a friend about this coming Tuesday, which if you're listening to this will be tomorrow. And you know him, our good friend Mars. We were going to go eat Del Taco, and in my mind, I had a whole conversation with this man. I even put it on my calendar and had a conversation with my wife. And then Mars texts me today, and he's like, bro, are we going to Del Taco? I was like, did I not answer you? And he's like, no. And I was like, oh, see, I done had like a whole conversation.
I haven't seen Mars in years.
He's a blessed man.
So who Frankie is talking about, and this is just another kind of crazy sort of events. He is talking about none other than Marcellus Coleman, who is one of the most phenomenal singers I've ever heard in my lifetime. He is one of the godliest men I know. He just exudes Christ-like tendencies.
He is anointed when it comes to leading worship for sure. But you went to college with him.
Yes, I was going to say that. Actually, Marcellus Coleman not only went to college with me, but I'm pretty sure he technically lived in my dorm room for a little bit. And then when I moved out of the dorms, he lived with me and my roommate for a little bit.
So see, it is such a small world when you get to talking to people and craziness.
And if Marcellus is listening to this, I do have one thing for you. Have a seat, Marcellus. Have a seat.
But fun times.
Now back to ADD Overdrive.
Yeah,
Speaking of
yeah.
local wrestling, September 9th at the American Legion Post the American Legion Post in Midwest City, 8608 Northeast 10th Street. UWO and RDW are going to have 2 shows one day, and it is free admission. UWO is at 4 p.m. and RDW is at 6 p.m. And as you know, Double T, Tim, loves free.
Tim do be loving free.
Remember when I shouted that at that homeless man?
As we drove down the road.
Tim loves free!
But no, definitely good times. You will, like Tim said, it is going to be the same atmosphere that we bring. The zany, the funny, the randomness of who listens
To this mess?
This mess. Because we don't.
So, I've actually got a funny story. My wife has listened to every single podcast. Every single one.
That's dedication.
You know how much I've listened to?
Or torture.
I've listened to the intro.
I can sing the song.
Dude, I love you, bro. I love you.
You're like mac and cheese, PBs and jellies.
We can't sing anymore because we're going to get copyright struck.
We can't be doing that.
YouTube's cracked down.
They cracked down. But anyway, the same us. There will be some, I don't know, differences. Like you said, there'll be a different flair. It's going to be fun. We are actually still in the process of kind of planning out what that is actually going to look like. But I do know you will get to hear us for sure every other week. We're going to be cutting podcasts every 2 weeks. And just so you know, they don't know, but we know.
I know, and you know that I know that you know.
We will be posting all these on Spotify.
What? Bump Monkey upgraded to Spotify.
Yes.
That means you no longer have to keep your phone open while you're driving, watching YouTube, listening to us be funny.
You can put that sucker on the Bluetooths and listen to this hot garbage as you drive down the road.
Hot garbage.
But no, like I said, we're still planning what exactly it's going to look like. I do know you are going to have to catch this when it comes out. We plan here in the next couple of months a Bump Monkey reunion podcast.
That means everybody,
Frankie V,
Double T,
C-Rye,
and none other than the smooth operator, who is now the UWO commissioner, by the way.
Everybody's moving up.
Moving on up. Can't sing that song either. Copyrights are going to kill us, Frankie V.
Oh man, I'm super excited for like what's to come.
Honestly, since we've rekindled and reconnected, because I mean, we're great friends. You're more like a brother to me. But when life happened, we had to go our separate ways for a long time, and we just would see each other and on Facebook, like when he became friends with Marcellus and all this, like we just kind of would see each other from a distance, and this has been good for my soul since
Absolutely
we have rekindled. And
like it truly, honestly, as much as when I had to step away, to step into some positions, there was something missing. Now, I tell my students all the time, as far as like pursuing professional wrestling like we were, I don't know. I love watching shows. I love watching it on TV because I grew up doing it. But man, there's just something about what I'm doing now that's so much more fulfilling. But there is a part, like I said, there was a part that I missed this part of it.
And I and I'm not gonna say that. Oh, I did this whole thing by myself. I did the best that I could to keep
You did.
Bump Monkey alive. I mean, I stepped into multifaceted roles. I got to call my very first cage match. I announced for it. I did not, which I'm super sad about, did not get to announce for Oklahoma's death match. But that's because I had a hole in the back of my head. And what I'm talking about, guys, is legitimately,
I seen the pictures. It was disgusting.
I had a 3 centimeter deep and wide hole in the back of my neck.
Your
for
brain
about-
almost fell out of that
for
hole.
about 4 weeks because I went to get a haircut somewhere and they cut me and it got infected.
That's a terrible story.
It is.
Like, who thinks, like, I'm going to go get a haircut?
Yeah.
I may die.
Right?
My brain may fall out of my head.
And it's legitimately like something I didn't know. I just thought it was an ingrown hair and I felt back there and then it just grew to a hockey puck. So I went into the doctor on a Monday. The doctor tried to lance it in the office. She cut it about 6 times. Couldn't do it. So she's like, okay, now we got to refer you out to a surgeon. We don't know if it's going to have to be a normal surgeon or a plastic surgeon because where it's at in your hairline. Tuesday, I get a call from the surgeon, get set up for Wednesday. Go in to see him Wednesday, and he goes, we got 2 options. Or no, said we got 3 options. One, I just numb it locally. Lidocaine only does so much. And I just cut away at it. And if the lidocaine wears off, the lidocaine wears off.
That's called the hack and slash method.
2, you go night-night and you wake up and it's gone.
Oh, sign me up for that.
3, we just leave it and throw antibiotics at it, which I'd already been doing for 5 days. So I was like, okay, just put me out. He's like, all right, be here tomorrow at 6 a.m. So in 3 days, I went from hockey puck to giant hole in the back of my head. But I learned a lesson. Don't cheat on your hairdressers.
You got to be loyal.
And speaking of my hairdresser, go check her out. Jessica at Tom's 66 in Bethany, right next to the Stray Dog Cafe. Go get your haircut, and then have you ever eaten at the Stray Dog?
I have not.
Their specialty, homemade pies.
You do know I be loving some pies.
Cookie dough cheesecake hot pie. Oh, delicious.
We may have to go get a touch up and then eat some pie.
And you also get free drinks when you go get your haircut. And that does include an adult beverage if you partake in adult beverages.
I partake in the 0 sugar Dr. Peppers.
I see.
Or Diet Dr. Pepper.
I was doing really, really good. I cold turkeyed all sodas. And then one of my loving stepdaughters, I asked her one time to get me, it was for either a holiday or a birthday or a cookout we were having at the house. I asked her to get me 1 0 sugar Dr. Pepper. Just 1 0 sugar Dr. Pepper. She comes in with the 12 pack.
Game over.
It took me 3 weeks to drink it, but
you did.
But I did. And I'm addicted to energy drinks. So when you have a 2-year-old, you get addicted to energy drinks.
You got to match that energy, bro.
Bro, there ain't no matching it. You know she throws super kicks?
Those are some little legs.
She throws super kicks. She throws elbows. She throws elbow drops. Oh, and her favorite phrase right now, Adam Cole, baby. That's her favorite. That's one of her favorite guys.
Awesome. It does me good to hear about Tim being a family man. Speaking of surgery, the big news. I'm gonna have a lot of time on my hand coming up as I go under the knife later this month for a total knee replacement.
Total knee replacement.
Total knee.
That sounds yucky.
It is. But I'm gonna be super glad I can walk without.
You're not going to have that old man. I would say the worker walk, but some people don't know what that is. If you don't know what that is, watch Hulk Hogan try and walk for 5 minutes and you'll understand.
Yeah, but like times 10. Because my leg's crooked.
You bow like it?
The other way.
So you an innie?
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Like, I have no idea. That old arthritis.
The arthritis.
Just wore out the side of my knee.
Why don't you get you some of that Uflexa, bro?
I did that.
Do they still use that?
They do. It stopped working at some point. It just does not work anymore.
Yikes.
So we'll be doing that. I'll be laying here on my couch or bed or whatever. And but definitely looking forward to this new, improved Bump Monkey Mafia.
I know. Maybe I can come over and you can catch these hands at the PGA Tour, and I could show you what's for on the new Fight Forever.
I mean, we will have plenty of time.
I'm going to go on a rant.
And go.
I am going to go on a rant. Fight Forever, okay? I waited and waited. I pre-ordered it when it was first announced. 2 years later, whatever. All right. I actually enjoy it. I think it's a blast. It's just like No Mercy, control-wise. Now, it's not as fun as No Mercy. And everybody that says, oh, NWO versus Revenge is the best game. I'm a No Mercy fan. I'm sorry. But you gave us Casino Battle Royale mode, or Stampede, which is basically drops everybody in the arena like Fortnite, and you run around grabbing weapons and the circle shrinks. All I want is the noodle neck animation when you knock somebody out from No Mercy. That's all I want. Just run up and...
Noodle neck.
Yes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Or when you crank on someone's neck and they go, and it sounds like their neck's breaking.
Like, Tim's a simple man.
Right. I just want to knock out Mae Young with the noodle neck noise with a 300-pound man. That's all I want to do.
Oh, man.
You haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, have you?
I have not. You brought it over one time, but I don't think we ever got a chance to sit down. And actually play it.
I have everything unlocked except for Owen Hart, which is ridiculous. You have to play 100 expedition matches to unlock him.
That's a lot.
It is. And the issue is, for some weird reason, it keeps resetting your matches, like the number, so I haven't gotten them yet. But, I mean, overall, it's an okay game. Now, I wish for more, but it is what it is. Have you played anything new recently?
Bro, I have not. So, I think really the last video game that I played was when we were broadcasting Far Cry 5.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That was a long time. Y'all, are those still up?
They are still up on our YouTube channel.
If you guys want some laughs.
Ridiculous things to listen to, go watch.
That's some of the greatest times.
I've recently watched some of our old YouTube stuff. Hilarious.
There was one time.
Maybe it's just hilarious to us.
There was one time when we were filming one of those videos where I don't think either one of us breathed for 15 minutes because we couldn't stop laughing.
The Far Cry?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I was Dog the Bounty Hunter.
And I was Mexican Dog the Bounty Hunter. We both had mullets.
We did.
and cut off shirts.
No, I wasn't wearing a shirt. I had the armbands and everything with the sunglasses.
And then we would fly the planes.
Or try to, because they were horrible mechanics.
It was hard. But no, that's really the last thing. I did pick up last time you came over. I upgraded my PlayStation just so I could download PGA 23. So I'm a huge golf fan. I do play outside of here. I'm terrible.
Golf is the most calm and aggravated I've ever been at the same time.
At the same
in
time.
my life.
Yes. I have a friend, a dear friend. He says he loses his salvation on a golf course.
That I understand.
You
that.
understand. Yeah. I am terrible at it, but I enjoy it. It's peaceful to me. And one thing we do like to do is my students at church, we like to go to Top Golf.
Top Golf's on that game.
Is it?
Yeah, you can literally play Top Golf on 2K or on the PGA Tour. I've only been to Top Golf once. And I haven't been
We should
back.
go.
We should.
I have a student. He is chomping at the bit just to go play a game of golf.
I actually have clubs that I've never used at my house.
And if I do need to go before the 19th because it's when I have surgery. So I'm trying to get as many games as I can. It also has to be a lot cooler than what it's been.
Oh, dude,
That's ridiculous.
this summer has been absolutely terrible.
It was like fine up until one point, and then I was like, I'm done.
Listen, I'm an avid fisherman. I will fish in the snow. I will fish in the rain. I will fish when it's hot outside. I fished maybe 3 times this summer.
See, like we all grew new hobbies in our time off.
I've always
Or not so much new, but like
I've always been a fisherman, but now
really
I
put time into it.
yeah. Now my new favorite thing is fly fishing. That's my absolute jam. I last November I actually went down to Arkansas. We were in Hot Springs, Arkansas. I went down there and it was my second time actually fly fishing. I got waders and everything. Caught a trout, and then I saw this little pond and I fished enough. I went, there's got to be something in there. Go over to the dock and I see some bluegill. Not biting anything. Now, I've also fished and pond hopped, and I don't recommend this, but I fish places you're not supposed to fish and you can be asked to leave. So I'm sitting here fishing this little pond, not catching anything. All of a sudden a truck pulls up. Tell my buddy with me, pack your rod. Let's get ready to go. Guy hops out of the truck, makes a beeline for me. Start pulling my license out. He goes, y'all about to have fun in 30 minutes. Start stalking the pond with trout. He's like, give it about 30 minutes. I caught 35 trout in 2 days.
Ooh, that's a lot of fish.
35 trout in 2 days. Every cast was hooking something. And then I switched to barbless hooks. I was still hooking them every cast. I lost some, but it was still a blast. That's probably next to sitting down and enjoying some quality wrestling or doing this podcast or spending time with my kid. That's a given. But that's probably my next place I'd rather be is fishing.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, we put more time into hobbies that, or just our lives in general, that people who used to listen to us may not have known.
Well, I mean, to be 100% honest, we didn't have time.
That's
Time
true.
when we were running full speed, we were working 2 to 3 promotions a weekend, or at least 2 to 3
Sometimes.
shows a weekend.
Yeah, and travel.
Because we went to, I know we worked 3 shows in one weekend because we did a show here, we did a show in Salina, and we did a show in Ardmore, all in one weekend.
Yeah, I even think that Texas trip we did 2 shows because we came up here and did a show.
That is true.
But see, and that's the thing about growing is like now we're older, we know, and we have the time to do this and life.
Right.
And like I said, we're wiser.
And don't get me wrong, if the opportunity came about and I was able to do what we used to do, and I was able to have what I have now and do what I do now, with that, I would do it in a heartbeat. That was some of the funnest times of my life. I have never, like, I have memories that are never going to go away. I have core memories from the road trips we're being on to the conversations we've had with people.
Absolutely.
But I wouldn't change it for what I have now.
Oh, no.
Not in.
But see, this is the thing now is, as we move forward and as what we do evolves, like, we get to bring different people along for the ride.
Right.
Because 100% I have students that are going to be like, yo, let me listen to this right now.
Right.
And I'm sure you will definitely hear more about our personal hobbies. Tim's going to go on, I'm sure, lots of fishing trips.
Oh, I've got one coming up.
And in between all the stuff that we're doing, like that's part of the evolution, is the Bump Monkey Mafia you know and love. But now it's like, okay, you're going to get more personal with Frankie V and Double T.
It's going to be more of a variety from us. We're still going to be focused on wrestling because that's just what it is.
Yeah, that's what brought us together.
Like, I've got a couple rants in my head right now. I'm probably going to go on one here in a couple minutes if we got time. I'll make it. But it's the fact that we're going to probably appeal to some people that don't necessarily like just wrestling podcasts. And if this isn't what you were looking for the first podcast back, it's been 5 years. We have a lot to cover. We had a lot to catch up with you guys about.
Yeah.
And it's kind of bittersweet too, because what's happened in the past week or two, that there was a lot of, just in the past 5 years, there's been a lot of dark moments for me personally whenever it comes to friends and family and brothers in this wrestling business. It's been a long, hard road. But we just want all the fans to know that we're not going away. We're still here. It's just going to be in different facets.
Yeah, for sure. We are still here. And it was good to know. We took a picture at that show at the theater I was telling you about earlier. And I believe you posted it on... Did you post it on the Facebook page?
Yeah.
Or on your regular page? Anyway.
I did. I did both. I don't do Instagram. I should, but I don't.
It was posted, and just the amount of people that reached out and were like, yo. Little did y'all know that actually is, what kind of sparked.
The very next night, I was over here at Frankie's house, and
we
we talked about the podcast.
So, yeah, we're excited. But like Tim said, this first one, if this isn't kind of what you were looking for, kind of what they had hoped for, this is just the beginning. Just the beginning of us getting restarted.
I wouldn't say restarted. I would say picking up where we left off.
Yeah, true.
Because there's a lot of unfinished business there. But hey, it is what it is. But we're back again, back at it.
And I would love to line up another guest spot, another interview, if you will.
I already have. Here's the thing. When it came to, like I said, I did try, and I bought my own equipment,
which we are using right now.
I did all the stuff I needed to do to get the podcast up and running by myself. Yes, I only did one, but there's a reason I chose the one that I chose. And then that's because we made an impact in that person's journey to professional wrestling.
Absolutely. And that's something I personally, I don't know how you feel, but that's something I would like to revisit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To give Mr. Red James a proper
He needs the proper
Bump
bump monkey
Monkey
treatment.
Mafia,
He needs to be
yes.
asked the hard questions, like
absolutely.
chocolate milk or what was that question?
I don't remember.
I think we asked Mahogany chocolate milk or something else. And it was a hard question.
It was a hard one. But no, I feel like the stories that I've heard, and I actually got a chance to speak to him personally at that theater show. You're right. He needs a proper Bump Monkey Mafia interview.
And it goes without saying, there's going to be a couple guests that you've heard before that will be back on here, and that's just the nature
Absolutely.
of the beast.
So again, it is off and running. You can catch us on Spotify.
We're on Spotify now.
Well, not technically now.
Well, when they hear it, we will be.
Are we going to drop this on Spotify?
Oh.
Or are we going to drop this on the YouTubes? Or both?
We could do YouTube first and then Spotify later.
Yeah, let's do that. You'll catch this first on YouTube, our channel Bump Monkey Mafia. And then, like you said, moving forward, hey, we're on Spotify, Instagram, the Twitters. You will start seeing all those pages become more active again. And we are actually going to, like I said, you're going to get to know us a little better, a little more personable, because I just feel like that's something that we can integrate our lives now with this love, with this passion.
Yes, we can, and it's going to happen. This is going to be a fun ride. It's been a fun ride, but this is just going to take us up to another level. So, make sure you follow us once again on Facebook at Bump Monkey Mafia, YouTube, Bump Monkey Mafia. We both, at least I have a Facebook page myself. It's Double T, or actually, I think it's Turnbuckle 10.
Oh, I still have a Frankie V Facebook
Frankie V
page.
has his, and I'm just going to throw this out there. If you are interested in becoming a professional wrestler in any facet, whether it's a manager, or you want to be in the ring, or you want to be a ring announcer and be able to announce the person, Sam Stackhouse, coming to the ring from Golden Corral, Texas. If you want to do that, make sure you go give Unified Wrestling Oklahoma a like on Facebook and follow them on Patreon. Unified Wrestling Oklahoma /Patreon, where you can sign up for exclusive perks, including special membership tiers. You can get your own banner, and you can learn to do this crazy sport that we love.
That sounded like a shameless plug.
Oh, no shame. No shame. Also,
no shame in my game.
Also, there's plenty of wrestling schools across the state that you can
Absolutely.
go to. But here in Oklahoma City, you don't have an excuse. Unified Wrestling Oklahoma is live and kicking.
Oh man, it feels right. It feels right. Like complete.
Nothing compares. Nothing compares to you.
To you. Yeah, this is it's been so good. So good. Just to get to revisit, to get to put this out for people to listen to. Which still blows my mind to this day that people listen to us.
That somebody listened to this and was like, you know what? Those two guys have motivated me enough to step into the ring and find another sweaty man.
Half naked, if need be. I'm just saying.
It's two guys fighting for a belt with no pants. No pants.
And it is one of the best things in the world.
It is. Well, see, now you got me wanting to go on a tangent.
Let's save the rants. Let's save the rants.
Okay, no rants.
But no, just the personal things that we do that we love. As you can probably tell, there's some of this in this closet right now. It's just like a buffet of Frankie V's life.
They can't see that we're in your closet.
I know. I'm looking and just looking at all the things.
You said buffet. I thought there was food. You're talking about the clothes?
The clothes.
You said buffet and had me all excited.
Our suits are hanging up right there in the corner, which I still wear occasionally for certain things.
I wear mine. I actually wore part of mine to my interview.
For this current promotion?
Yes, I did.
I think I wore it for your wedding.
That makes sense. I wear my wedding suit now to show, well, just the jacket, because it's too hot.
Oh, it's so hot outside.
See, now we're going long.
No. We're wrapping up. We're just, the randomness that you've all that you've all known to come and that you've all come to know and love. But yes, we are. I wouldn't necessarily say rebranding, but there is a new logo.
I know what it looks like.
Oh, see, we felt like for so long, for some reason, our logo, it looked like me.
You do look like a monkey.
I do. But moving forward, we had sat down and discussed, and you may have noticed, did I say co-host in the beginning? I think I did. But that's what this is. It's a team. We are both hosts of Bump Monkey Mafia, and so we needed a logo that represents who we are and what we're about. And I think we have the perfect one.
We do. Is it going to go up at the end of this video like, whoa?
It will, but when do we release it on like social media? 2 days after?
So this is going up on Monday, Labor Day.
Labor Day. You're listening to this on Labor Day.
And thank you for choosing to listen to us on your day off. That's
period.
That's great. I hope it's your day off.
Choosing to listen to us, period.
Wednesday, September
6th.
Be looking for that new logo to be gracing.
New. And we will have another podcast coming out later this month. And then that will probably be it until next month due to the upcoming surgery.
Yes, Frankie V is going to be having surgery, and I'm actually going to be out of state for 9 days.
So yeah, we look forward to spending so much more time with you all. Again, we couldn't do any of this if you didn't listen to us.
Right. And I want to thank you for sticking with me as I tried to carry our banner onto the next forefront of this podcast.
So yeah, it's been fun. It's been real.
And it's been real fun.
And it has been real fun. And we will leave you with that. So, yeah, this is Frankie V.
And this is Double T.
And we will catch you at the next main event.